I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
And we are back. You see who we talking about today.
Man,
Hopefully you do.
If you're listening, you're missing out on a YouTube video of CJ's Freddy Krueger hands. And
By the way, we do not own, if you hear music in the background, we don't own the rights to that.
But man, we wish we did.
Ugh.
What a rocking soundtrack on this movie.
We're talking about the man, the myth, who's getting his Hall of Fame star.
Is he really?
He's getting it on October 31st. The man, Robert Englund.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger is.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger's getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, October 31st.
That is awesome. That well deserved. Is it the same actor for all the Freddy Krueger?
Every last one.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Every last one.
Good for him. And I'm glad he's getting
every last one. So we are. I don't know if you heard the music. If you could guess which movie of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise that we are doing, but this week we are doing none other than one of my favorites, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Do a Wes Craven, like, if you don't know who Wes Craven is, he's like the father. I know there are many fathers, but
yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
There's a lot of fathers. But he's like, he created Freddy for us, man.
Yeah. I did not know anything about Freddy Krueger other than the fact that he exists, other than
I love that.
And I have to say, aside from the killing children thing, which he could probably stop, I really liked his character. You know what I was thinking? I was like, he would be a fun guest on a podcast. I loved his little one-liners.
I think
Are you
Freddy,
tongue-tied?
you done, dude? If there is one thing, especially about this movie, because this movie changed the game for New Line Cinema. This movie changed the game for Wes Craven. This movie changed the game. Like we had Pinhead, we had Jason. No, we didn't have Jason right then. I think we had. Do we have Michael Myers?
Ooh, I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I genuinely probably don't know the correct answer, but my gut is telling me Michael Myers was 90s. And this was 87.
This came out in 87. This was the third installment of Nightmare on Elm Street. And if you don't know who Freddy Krueger is the bastard son of 1,000 crazy men. So
because did they explain that a little bit in the movie? Like his
mother
was she murdered by 1,000 crazed men?
No, you saw his mother in the movie.
Oh wait, the nun, right?
The nun.
Oh yeah,
the nun. His mom was a nun.
She was creepy.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was. Did she come up in later movies, or she seems like she was gonna go kill the children.
She does. Freddy was burned alive, and his bones were splattered over everywhere. But for some reason, because he was damned to hell keeps sending him back to finish the job.
Okay, yeah. So he's like he works for hell. He's like a agent of hell.
He is a true agent of hell.
Love that.
So let's get into it. Nightmare on Elm Street. As you can see, I got my gloves. Hold on, I gotta get because it's.
Those are cool looking. That's a cool looking glove.
You think?
Where did you get that?
So I did a show. It was a Halloween show. It was an early Halloween show last month, and they were like, "Well, can we pay you in costume?" I was like, "Say less."
I wish more people would.
I was like, "Say less."
Yes, absolutely.
I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Heather Langenkamp, Robert Englund, Craig Watson, my girl Patricia Arquette, but this was like her breakout.
Which I'm terrible with names. Which one was she? Was she
She was the main girl.
the main girl, the adult one?
No, Nancy was the adult.
Okay, so she was the
She was the girl who
yeah.
got put in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked
She
real
was
familiar. Yeah.
Kristen Parker.
Yeah.
Ken Sagas, Rodney Eastman, Jennifer Rubin, Bradley Gregg, Ira Hedden, a very young Larry Fishburne.
Yes. Yes.
I like.
I did recognize him in the movie. Every time I looked at him, I kept thinking Morpheus.
Okay. Penelope Sudrow, John Saxton. And John Saxton, for people who don't know, that was the father of Heather. This was his last installment. He was killed in this movie.
Yes.
So he was one of
Was he in the first one?
He was in the first
That's
one.
kind of what I was gathering.
He was one of the parents of the children who killed Freddy. So that's the reason why he's going after the kids.
Yeah.
So the parents killed him. So he was like, I bet. So I'm going to go after y'all's kids.
Yeah.
So Freddy finally got them.
I'm kind of team Freddy in that. Like, if that happened to you, like, and your mom was that crazy nun,
pretty much.
And you come be on our podcast. Like, we'd love to chat with you.
So the director was Chuck Russell. The writers, Wes Craven, of course, Bruce Wagner, and Wes Craven went on to just do so much great stuff. I love Wes Craven. Let's keep it moving. What do you think the budget was?
Oh, this one didn't look like it had a very big budget, even by 80s standards. So I'm gonna go $5 million.
The budget was $4,500,000.
I was very close. I was close. Look at that. 2 weeks in a row.
How much do you think it made?
Okay, so I'm gonna guess third movies typically don't do well, in these kind of cult classics. So I'm gonna go like 30 mil.
Okay, 44 mil, 793, 224.
Okay. So that's not bad for $5 million.
Look at you. You've been on a. Do you want a high five?
Yes. Just don't cut me in half. So yeah.
So it's about 136. Runs about 136. It was came out in February 27th, 1987. This was my very first scary movie.
This was. Do you remember? I remember the time and the place and how you watched it.
I don't remember the time, but I do remember I was 6 years old. And I got a whooping because most of my stories ended and I got a whooping. And I wasn't supposed to have this on. And it didn't and it was already once it came out in movies, it went to VHS. I don't know how it got in my house. But I don't know if
what
it was
an alibi. I'm not your mom, CJ. You could tell me.
No. I don't know if it was one of my big cousins or something. I just don't remember. But I remember watching this movie and my mom walking in and whooping how dare you bring these demons in my house?
Oh wow, yeah. She thought you were bringing Freddy Kruger.
Yeah, I was bringing Freddy Kruger, and I was just like, I was enthralled. And then I got another whooping because I went to school and started going. 1, 2.
Oh well, you were being a creepy child.
I was being a creepy kid.
Was a justified.
I was being a creepy.
I would have whooped. I wouldn't have whooped you. That not even close.
I was a creepy kid. The only language that it was VHS, and when I say it went to it was English, but it went to VHS. This movie did not go to DVD because it came out in 1987. So for those who are watching right now, what is a VHS? It goes into like this big thing, like a VCR. And then you put like a cassette tape and then you had to rewind it. And then I remember everything about this.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie, like from the cover to the video to my lunchbox. Like this movie really transformed how I looked at scary movies because I was not afraid.
You weren't afraid for this?
I was not afraid. As scary as it was as a kid, and you're seeing skeletons and I mean the special effects of it in 1987 were ridiculously good. Like looking back on it now, they still are not. It's not shabby.
I felt like it was a little cheesy, but I liked it because it wasn't scary to me. I felt like I was watching a superhero-esque type movie,
Oh, so you would consider Freddy a superhero?
Oh no! He would be the super villain. I would consider the children in the dream world when they had superpowers and they were figuring out. I mean, it was literally called Dream Warriors. It felt like I was watching an 80s music video. It was but I all that to say is I enjoyed this one even more than I enjoyed last week's Insidious.
Well, good.
Yeah.
So I have some. Well, then I'm going to give you some good reviews.
Oh, look at that. We're doing positive today.
We're
Got
not.
it.
Well, maybe, but let's give you some. Let's give you some facts about this.
Okay.
So one of the main quotes from this line, and I know you can remember it. One of the main quotes, "Welcome to prime time, bitch," has been
Yeah.
quoted since the drop of this movie.
That's awesome.
So that's one of the famous.
That was a good line.
That was one of the best lines of the movie. Has been quoted like over 1,000,000 times in this movie. It's been in a million other movies. And he's like, "Well, welcome to prime time, bitch." So that's been
and this
going
is
on.
where it came from. That's funny.
Yep.
That's cool.
The white streak in Nancy's hair is seen on her right side, but it was on her left side in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Huh.
Now, the reason that her hair was streaked is because Freddy scared her.
Yes, and just so she had like the trauma.
She had the trauma of that, right?
Like Rogue and X-Men.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And that's why I liked her. On the VHS release, the Dream Warriors appeared after the first credit. The video contains many scenes from the movie, and it ends up when the band vanquishes Freddy, causing him to wake up. So Freddy is actually in this video.
Huh.
So if you guys happen to go check it out, it's Dokken. That's the group name. The song is called Dream Warriors. It's named after the movie. And almost every part of the movie of the video, you'll see Patricia Arquette, who is Kirsten, and she defeats Freddy in his own dream.
Huh. That's weird. Like, so she's invading his.
She invades his space. Yeah. So people don't, and I think that's the real, because the video was actually in the movie. And I think that's the real reason why people don't realize, like, Freddy dreams too, guys. So
that's got to be weird. After spending all his job is going and haunting everyone's dreams and killing them, and then
so this rock
at the end of the night he has to go to bed himself. Yep. Who's haunting Freddy's dream?
Dokken haunts Freddy. So
how about that?
So that was pretty cool. So let's get into this movie review. Are you ready?
Oh, before we do that, can I share some?
Oh my God, yes, let's share some of those. And I'll share the bad ones. If you share the good ones, I'll share the bad.
Okay, well, this is just what people I know said. So every Tuesday we drop on different things, movies we're reviewing on the Quarter Mile podcast, or if you know me personally, it's on my own social media. And these comments came from friends on Facebook. They're actually all comedians. This first one from James Victor Cherry.
Love him.
He said, "It's the best in the series, arguably, and one of my top 5 horror movies ever. It's cheesy in 2025, but in the 80s it wasn't. The characters are all likable, and you really hate to see them die. Today's movies make hardly anyone likable, and you tend to root for the killer."
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I do. I agree with this. And that was part of the fun of the movie. The thriller aspect of it is like, ooh, who's gonna die next? Who's gonna make it through the movie? Like, you know, that. So I really agree with that. And I did like it cheesy. I felt it was cheesy, but it was fun. But I bet you if I watched in the 80s, I would have pooped my pants. So, and that's what I don't like about thrillers, is that need to never sleep again after watching this. This next review came from Brooke Jolie, another comedian friend of ours.
Love my brother.
He said, 3 is where it goes hilariously off the rails and becomes borderline a crossover comic book / horror movie. So again, you know, noticing the light humorness of 3. And then Ben Webb, who's a different comedian from, I don't actually know where he's from. We did the World Series of Comedy together years ago. He said, "I rather enjoy how creatively they explore his powers and how the young people targeted are no pushover horror movie dummies," which we saw in the last movie in Insidious. They were all dummies.
They were.
It is a fun one that might be the peak of the series in terms of visuals, story, pacing, etc. So, three fellas that enjoyed this movie. So I always enjoy hearing people's opinions on the movies we're reviewing, especially the ones I've never seen. It's fun to kind of get your interactions, see your comment, and then as I watch it, be like, oh, I agree, or like, I don't agree. So.
Well, I'm going to give you 2 good reviews.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you 1 bad one.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah, I don't like too much positivity is a bad thing.
All right.
Let's keep it grounded.
All right. Well, this is from Captain Kuth. He says, "Another bunch of kids trying to stop Freddy. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which came out again in 1987, is the third film in the Freddy Krueger series. This time around, a hospital ward full of disgruntled teenagers are the latest target for Freddy Krueger. Thanks in large part because the kids can't stop dreaming about the world's most famous serial killer or a child molester turned supernatural monster, which he never molested.
Yeah, I was just thinking, he is, okay, he is definitely a killer.
Definitely a killer.
Not a pedophile.
He is not a pedophile.
Not a molester.
He's not a molester. He's not a rapist or anything like that. He hates kids.
He's just a mean, run-of-the-mill murderer.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But not gross.
Not gross. Everyone should know by now he likes to feed off the fear of the wee ones. Duh. Now with the more people to add to his collection, Freddy decides to play 10 little Indians with a lot of them. This is only until his old nemesis Nancy comes back into town to help with the kids fight him off and end the nightmare. Will Nancy and the kids be able to defeat Freddy for good? Find out, because this one's too good to pass up. Not as complex as the last film, but highly entertaining. This is the film that has Freddy morphing into his one-liner spewing act that has made him insanely popular. Fun stuff. Highly recommend.
Cool.
Freddy at his best. Let's be real. This is the best Nightmare on Elm Street of them out of all. I dare say it's even better than the original. This movie has Freddy Krueger at his best. He's still menacing, but also sarcastic at the same time. It also has the strongest characters. I absolutely agree. Acting and special effects in the entire franchise. Also, Dokken rocks. The only reason why this is rated lower than the original is because it's the third movie in the slasher franchise. But this movie is not your typical your typical slasher and sequel, and should definitely be regarded as a classic alongside the original. I agree with that because it definitely differed. And again, I'm sorry I didn't let him see the original, so you can kind of do the comparison, and maybe on your own if you want to.
Yeah,
do a
or maybe people that are listening to this, we're covering the individual movies from many different spooky series. Maybe for spooky season 2, we pick one of these series and watch the rest of them. And so someone can, if people have opinions, let us know which ones you. But I did agree with that review when he was talking about all the characters. Even the minor characters were pretty fleshed out well.
I'm sorry, they were.
Yeah, they were great.
Tell me they weren't.
That was that, and that we've talked about that before in different movies. How it's really fun when you really get to see individuality and growth in all the characters and just kind of who they are. Not all movies do that well.
Nope.
A lot of times it's easy to focus on 2 or 3 of them and build those people up. But you really felt like you knew all the kids in the psych ward that were there.
I mean, that's how I felt. I literally felt like I could identify with all of them. What were you going to say again?
Even the creepy orderly, we didn't they took time to make that guy weird.
I'm telling you, Wes Craven, the writers in this really made, and then the actors. It's not just the writers; the actors gave feeling to that. You know what I'm saying? So here's one that you're going to like. Breaking point of the series should have stopped before this one. First of all, I have to admit, I was deeply surprised to find myself really liking this, really liking the original movie. It set a premise to the great concept and a fascinating premise for a villain. And I can perfectly understand that you'd want to make a sequel to the original movie because leaving the first movie somehow left Mysterious behind and you want to dive into the universe to find out more. The problem about the rest of the series is that they just don't work, in my opinion. Elements do, but as a whole, nope. I felt number 2 kind of had a good idea. Trying to follow up with the original movie, I didn't like number 2. If y'all want to go see it, you can go see it. It was okay.
A lot of people have been trashing number 2 in my comments.
I just did. Number 2 did nothing for me. It just didn't. Honestly, it was. I'm sorry. It was okay. The point of the plot was there. It just wasn't as good of a movie as the original, but nice try at least. A mediocre sequel, but with some highlights. The third installment has a whole nother story. It starts off well enough, presenting us with Patricia Arquette in an early role. By the way, shouts out, this was one of her first roles.
Yeah,
an insomniac girl not daring to sleep, but does have a nightmare about Freddy, going crazy, and then being put in a mental institution where a lot of kids seem to have the same problem with Freddy occurring in their nightmare. So far, so good. Then it's straight downhill, and then he just goes, "Oh Jesus, this is long."
He wrote another movie.
He wrote another movie. Everything, pretty much, he said everything about this movie was just so stupid when added together. Elements was quite good, but they just downs in the misery of the wholesomeness. So if you're ever going to watch A Nightmare on Elm Street and haven't already, see number 1 and try not to see the others.
Okay.
Jeez.
Goodness, yeah.
I don't know who he was. That man's name was Amos.
Amos. And he was not wanting Amos more of Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, he wasn't.
But I don't. So the only thing I can kind of say and it'd be interesting to see when he wrote that review because if
2005.
Okay, so that's a little bit. I was gonna say if it was like 2020 something, I would be kind of understanding because like watching it with our modern day lens, to me there was no horror movie aspect to it. It was funny, it was campy, it was goofy, it was silly. It was fun, like it was, but I didn't, whereas in the last movie, I was like, it was scary to me, and I personally don't love that about horror movies and thrillers, but this one was just, a good chill watch.
I just loved it. Nightmare on Elm Street. And it has so many. But this came, like I said, what genre do you think this is? Remember, they have different genres.
Okay, so I remember from last week it was gory, supernatural, and like metaphysical or something.
Yeah, and you can also have fantasy.
And fantasy. Okay, so it might be fantasy, but I'm going to go gory on this one.
It's actually just fantasy horror.
Oh, okay.
Even though, and I guess because you didn't see as much blood,
yeah,
but you saw death.
Yeah, well, he literally. The guy who went out the window, he was held up by bloody things, like I was like, to me that was like pretty gory. But you're right, it was like
death
very
was
fake.
An accident, nothing more.
Also, can we talk about how dumb this hospital is? Like they're again. I think a keystone to a good scary movie is people have to be freaking morons at the beginning of the movie.
To this day, I still don't understand how she got her head in the TV.
I don't know either.
There was no chair under her.
Yeah, no. She had to, because he can only like make people do stuff.
Yeah.
So what was it she was seeing that like convinced her to just slam her head into a TV?
Oh, well, the TV wasn't working. So when he came out of the TV, and it was like, and because that was what she always wanted to do, was be in TV or be on TV. She wants to be an actress. And that's when best line in the 1980s. Welcome to prime time, bitch. And then he slammed her head in. But everybody's fear was a fear of them.
Yes.
So Kirsten's was going to sleep, but her, and then in Dream Warriors, you found your strength.
Yeah, absolutely. When you were in the dream, that's where like the kid who could walk,
Exactly.
I thought that was cool. Although I thought it was funny, but like ill humor that his big fear was a evil wheelchair.
Oh my God, I know. That was so horrible.
But he took care of it, man. He wizarded up.
He did. I am the wizard master. Oh, so good. Okay. We're going to get into this AI summary, but I'm going to see if I can do it in the voice of Freddy Krueger. I don't know if I can.
I think you can.
Right.
We discovered your weakness, your kryptonite for vocal aesthetics last week. Okay. But this week, I think I have faith in you.
Well. Dream Warriors, eh? My third little dance with those pesky Springwood brain chuckles darkly. So there I was, having a dark, delightful time, picking up those last of the Elm Street children. Well, the ones who survived my previous visits anyway. But wouldn't you know, they've gone and locked up the remaining kids in that Weston Hills Psychiatric Hospital. Something about suicidal tendencies. If they only knew the real reason those sweet little dreamers went to fall asleep. Claw scraping sound. Enter Nancy Thompson, my old favorite. Now all grown up and working as a dream therapist. Still trying to play hero that one. She teams up with Dr. Gordon to help those troubled teens, including young Kirsten Parker, who's got a very special gift. She can pull others into her dreams. Ooh, the possibilities. But here's where it gets interesting. Those clever little lambs discover that they have special powers in the dream world. Oh, one becomes a wizard, another a warrior. There's even one who turns into a punk rock dreamboat.
I loved that part.
They think they can band together to take old Freddy in his own realm. What they don't realize is that every nightmare they have ever had only makes me stronger. And when they finally face me in this dream battle, well, let's just say some dreams end in ways you can never expect. Welcome to prime time, baby. Well, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
That was good.
Okay.
That was good. That was
That's
solid.
creepy?
That was good and creepy.
Yeah.
That was good and creepy. That's fun. Yeah, this felt like Breakfast Club meets Scary Movie is what it felt like. It felt like they were like, I just kept feeling like Emilio Estevez was going to be jumping out at some point.
I thought this movie was good from top to bottom. The fact that people and I don't know if you realized it, but Kirsten didn't live in the house. She was making the house.
Huh.
That the paper mache. Excuse me. That's why Nancy went to ask her, "What is this?" And she was like, "It's just a house for my dream."
Yeah.
That was the house.
She was like, but I grew up in that house.
I grew up in that house. Well, that was the very first house that anybody was ever attacked in.
Yeah. Okay. And that was the house that she would go to in her dreams.
And that was the house
with all the children.
Elm Street.
Yeah. Now, were those children in her first dream? Were they real? Like, with that little girl probably was someone who died. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Every child there is either a representation of somebody that Freddy has killed, or somebody that Freddy has taken.
And that's how he gets so strong. That was a creepy part when he showed up. The
souls of my children.
Yeah.
Give me strength. I remember. That's crazy. I remember every line from this movie.
Yeah. I love how much you love this movie. I just love the effect that movies have on us, and when you find your movies,
I think Freddy was and again it was because I wasn't supposed to watch it, but he didn't scare me as much as like Michael Myers did.
Right.
Like that scared me. Like I felt like I was Kirsten and I could control my dreams. Yeah. So I think the Dream Warrior made me real. I got into astrology right after that. Like I went heavy into dreams.
Yeah.
Because of Dream Warriors.
Look at that. Dream Warriors helping you beyond movies.
Yeah, like I was like, dude, that's what I wanted to be in horror movies. I knew I wanted to be an actress, but Freddy Krueger made me want to be a horror.
Yeah, that's awesome. Have you been able to
only one, and it was a clown movie.
Ugh, gross.
See, yeah, no, and see,
it's fun though.
It was, and which was messed up is when those clowns were when that stuff was going on in Nashville and not Kentucky.
Yeah, I remember.
And that's when I was shooting.
Oh, that's when you were doing the clown.
Right, I was doing the clown movie. So I've only been able to do one movie where I was like scary and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So
that'd be, if you could pick any genre to be in, that would be it.
I think I will be horror first, and then like action second.
Okay.
Just so I could like do some like fight scenes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Good car scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to be in an action movie or whatever, but I think I would probably fit better for like comedy or lighthearted.
Oh, I would definitely want to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, but it would be cool to be in an action movie, even just like the taxi driver who has the dumb quips or something like that, But well, cool.
I mean, but yeah, this was Patricia Arquette's. She was a kid in this movie, and they all were.
Yeah. They did good. I really liked the black kid with super strength who was
Kincaid.
Yeah, I liked when he started like trash talking.
Well, let's start guessing and start messing. Hey, Freddy, where you hiding at, you punk face pussy, dude? You know what? My favorite one was the sand when they were going in the.
Oh yeah.
That was great. The whole movie. The whole movie.
I already know what you're rating this one.
We can go on to our ratings right now if you want to.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go to the ratings right now.
What are you rating it?
Too fast.
Too fast. All right. It has changed your life.
Changed my life. It did change my life.
Yeah. I'll give it a fast. I enjoyed it.
Did you?
I did. It was a good time. I also liked that it didn't feel like it was too long.
Okay, exactly.
And so, because it was, 80s.
It was only an hour and 36 minutes.
So I like, it's exactly an hour and 36 minutes.
Yeah, it was only an hour and 36 minutes.
So it kept my attention. It told a story. The characters were well developed. I had fun watching it. Was it like, did it make me want to be like, oh, let me go watch all the Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean, it's not really my genre.
Right.
But like, I feel like I have a better appreciation for it now after watching them.
Let me ask you this. Were you surprised to see Larry, who you guys may know as Lawrence, but were you surprised to see Mr. Fishburne in the movie?
I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I mean, it's just you forget that actors, well, one, were young, and then you forget
they develop
that they do other stuff. So yeah, so I liked it. I like seeing his. That brought a smile to my face. He did a good job. He's a good actor.
I mean, I think, like you said, when it comes to rounded out characters, he reminds me that anything that he does, he's always whenever they cast him, he does a perfect job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have to agree with you, from the doctor to the sexy nurse, trying to seduce Joey.
Yep.
Like, even her character as at the beginning,
What little role that she had, she did it well. Where like you knew exactly what kind of character she was. The mean head nurse.
Oh God, yeah, she was horrible.
She did it awful. But like,
hold you fully responsible.
Yeah, but like they all did so well at their roles that as a viewer, you knew about that character, even with what little. I mean, you think about the medical staff, like they were all powerful characters, but they didn't have a ton of ton to do in the movie.
I just think the only part that, as a kid, and I'm going back to my thought process. How did he walk through the wall? That was the only thing.
Which
Joey, when he was. Remember, he supposedly walked through.
Was he walking through walls?
I mean, that's the only way he could have got to the top, because they would have heard him go through those doors.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it just. I thought he was walking through a lot of unlockedness, and people like the door. I mean, because they were able to go in and out of there, like they were able because he looked out.
That's true, I forgot.
It was a very weird psych ward. It just goes. I mean, I think rule number one in horror movies is expect people in charge to be stupid, whether it's the parents of the kids who are being possessed, or whether it's the doctors in the psych ward. Yeah, let's leave them. Let these potentially suicidal kids. Let's leave those doors unlocked.
Oh, and Zsa Zsa Gabor was on there. Shouts out to Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Who was he in it?
Zsa Zsa Gabor. You don't remember who she is?
I'm terrible with names.
Zsa Zsa Gabor. She was one of those. Hello, darling.
Yes. Okay.
She was on the TV, and
that's right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why she hit the TV. So, but no. This movie honestly changed. Literally, this was probably one of the first movies besides The Wiz to change my life, like in a scary way. The Wiz made me want to be an actor. This movie made me realize what type of actor I wanted to be.
Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because I saw The Wiz when I was 4, and I got to see it on Broadway, and I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. But this movie, no, I was like, oh, I could do that.
Right, and I love that because they all did so well in this movie. So so that's a good movie to make you.
And they've gone on, and again, shouts out to my favorite, because he's getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm so excited about that. Like, I cannot wait to watch that.
That's awesome.
It's the
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
I've been following Robert Englund since this. Yeah. Since this.
You have the claw to prove it. I love that. So
let's get into and
your best bits, huh?
Yes, let's get into my best bits.
Score is currently 1-0, me leading.
You leading. All right, so I did write my best bits down this time. So because last time I forgot. Don't ask me why. But okay, best bits. So which scene is my favorite scene? Now, the whole movie is my favorite.
Ooh, okay. Favorite scene of the favorite movie.
The favorite scene of the favorite movie. Okay. When the doctor first encountered the nun.
Okay.
When the mom's head was ripped off.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Or when they were all in the quiet room.
Huh.
And then it started going crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess it was when the head got ripped off.
It was.
Was it? That was a good scene. That was a good scene.
It was. Don't get me wrong. The nun is his mom, if you guys don't know. Spoiler alert. But
well, I mean, at this point, they should have watched the movie.
But the fact that it was like this, it was just so good.
Yeah,
it was so.
That was some good effects. That was that.
I was not expecting that as a kid. That scared me. That was probably the only thing in the movie that truly scared
that
me.
Mom was so awful.
She was so awful.
I know there's a sweet little girl. She was so sad to see her mom's get her head ripped off. But wouldn't it have been funny if she was happy about it? If she was
right, well,
she's I know you're trying to kill me, but thank you. That lady was awful.
Dude, that now bonus. Now I'm going to ask him a bonus question.
Okay.
Who was my favorite character?
Ooh, Now, in
I'll give you three.
general,
I'll give you three.
okay, I was like, because I mean, I want to say Freddy Krueger. But
No. Of course, it's Freddy. But
Yeah.
which one was it? Was it the rocker
okay,
when she became a rocker? Was it Kincaid
okay.
or was it or was it Joey?
Which one was Joe?
He was the one that was a mute.
Okay. So I I'm just gonna interject my opinion. I wanted to like that rocker so much, but she just didn't do a ton in the movie for me. Like I liked the idea of her, but then like playthrough didn't really work out. I'm gonna go with Kincaid because he was my favorite.
Joey.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because it was when he found his voice.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And he really did try to save the day.
Yeah, and he had a big part in
Right.
saving
Like
the day.
I loved Kincaid. Kincaid to me felt like he was my cousin.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen with Joey. I knew Kincaid was gonna make it, but I didn't think I was like Joey.
You know what's so funny is once he screamed out and helped, it was like, oh, that's obvious. But like, I completely forgot about like the superpowers in the dream world, and that we hadn't seen his yet.
And that's what it was.
And he was so like behind the scenes as far as in comparison to the other characters that when he jumped out and did that, it was like really cool.
And I think that's what it made it for me, because I was like, for Kincaid. And I think this was when Black people were still surviving in scary movies. So I was like, he's gonna live. I'm not worried about him.
Oh yeah, I didn't know there was a point. I feel like any of the movies I've ever seen, Black people are always dying.
Always die first.
Yeah.
But in the Wes Craven world, they didn't die.
Okay.
Like, and that could be why.
So progressive of them. So oddly progressive in the 80s. What a weird thing to.
I know, right?
We're gonna not kill them in.
Right. I mean, if you think about, because Candyman.
Yeah.
Candyman was our first Black true scary guy, and may he rest in peace. Just now passed away. So. Yeah, like I knew Kincaid was gonna be fine, but Joey, I was like, what is gonna happen to him? He's in a coma. Oh my God. Joey was mine the whole time.
Yeah, I thought he was. I think when I was watching that, kind of because he wasn't there for a while. I mean, because that was he was the one who was like tied up and all that. Like so I kind of assumed he was dead when he came back and said,
"Yeah, Joey was my favorite character."
Yeah,
and then it went Patricia, then it went Kincaid, because I was like, Kincaid, that's my cousin. I felt like Kincaid was like in my family, and I knew he wasn't, but I just thought he was.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just and like James said in his comment here, like all of the kids were likable.
Yeah, like my guy that was paralyzed, I was like, man, that's my family. Like,
that they were all. So it was, which made it in a weird way fun to see who was going to die next.
Yeah, like that was no.
Yeah. So yeah, you know they're not actually dying. Like I'm not saying that about I like watching children die.
Yeah,
but like in the movie,
No, but this was by far one of my favorite movies ever in life.
Awesome! I love that. I got to share that with you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing this
one. This one was a good. I enjoyed this one.
Thank you.
What is next week? What are we watching?
So I believe we're doing The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Now that one sounds like it's going to be scary.
It is.
Okay, good.
It is because it's actually based off of a true story.
Really? Well, that's creepy.
And then the last one, we're gonna take it back to a classic. Another one that I got a whooping on. Child's Play.
Just follow us on the journey of seeing all the movies that led to CJ getting beat up by her mom. That's what we really want to see.
But The Conjuring, and we're doing the first one.
First one, yes.
We're doing the first one. So that is scary. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna probably be a little scared.
That's okay. That's the point of scary movies.
It is.
So, yeah.
Gia's gonna watch it in the daytime.
I might. Sometimes like that's the plan, but then like life gets busy and like the only time I have is like from 11 to later than that in the evening. So it's like, well, and like last night when I was watching this movie, we were having like all kinds of storms and stuff. Like I was like, this is perfect scary movie.
Yeah, let me see. Last night, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sick.
Oh, you're being sick, yeah.
I was being sick.
But this one didn't freak me out as much as Insidious. I think if I was watching Insidious at least the beginning of it, while there was all the storms from last night, I might have had to been like, I'm gonna.
Well, I'm glad because I didn't, and the reason because I knew Freddie. To me, it wasn't scary. So I was like, hopefully, it wasn't going to be scary for you.
No, yeah. Well, and again, we're watching it from the perspective of today's lens. I think maybe if I'd saw it in 1987, I would have been a little. Well, I would have been a newborn baby at the time, but
Whereas I was a literally first grader watching this.
Huh, that's fun. I was like, it came out in February. I was born in September, so I was just literally just a month.
February '87.
Yeah, I was a few
I
months
was
old.
not even 7 years old yet.
Look at that.
No, I was in the second grade because they pushed me
This
up.
would, I mean, this would absolutely be a scary movie for a 7-year-old.
Exactly. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember not being scared. And I remember getting whoopings because I went back to school doing the what? I got so
Yeah, you're terrorizing the other children.
I was.
Speaking of terrorizing other children.
Fires. I mean, the whole song.
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole song. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this journey. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have not gone to see Freddy, make sure you look at the first one, but definitely check out the second, third, the fourth, the fifth, Freddy versus Jason. Freddy. It's like I think 7 installments.
Oh my gosh, this is your Fast and Furious.
All right.
Like, yeah.
I can do that.
Check them all out. I love that.
Check them all out. Make sure you check us out on all platforms except X. We're not doing that. No, thank you.
We're also not on Truth.
And we're not on Truth. Ugh. Don't even think about that. And if you would like to be a sponsor, shout out to D&D. I got on my D&D. I've been trying to lose weight, and they're really helping me. And you did a show with them.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we performed with for a D&D show in Olive Branch, Mississippi. They
Jealous.
They currently are like pausing on a lot of the like production stuff, the shows and the arm wrestling contests and all that kind of stuff. They're doing the owner Kelly. She's recovering from some surgery, so just kind of taking it easy right now. Yeah. But you go to their website dndfitness.com. That's maybe not what it is, but it's linked on all of our things. And I mean, they have some really cool workout clothing. The whole
these shorts are just amazing. Like I love them. I love everything about them. Oh, and if you want to be a sponsor as well, please hit us up, get in our DMs, let us know like, hey, I would like to sponsor you guys. I want to see what that's about. You're going to always get a shout out. You're always going to get promoted on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of that fun stuff. Reddit. Are we still on Reddit?
We are on Reddit. You can absolutely find us there. I usually just interact with the subreddit. So the best way to find us is through Facebook and Instagram.
But if you just type in a Quarter Mile Podcast, I swear to God, you will find this handsome guy over here and this tall 6'2" girl that's right here.
6'2"?
Okay, hush.
Yeah, just the Drew and the Giants.
The Drew and the Giants. The Drew and the Giants.
Yeah,
show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I just wanted to hear
Drew. 7 feet.
I just wanted to hear Drew say, what's going on over there?
For a second, I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
But we just want to say thank you guys for always tuning in, always catching up, and make sure you drop a like, hit subscribe, drop a comment if you like this episode, and if you didn't, we don't care.
Yeah, still drop us a nice.
I will come in your dreams.
Yeah, she's got that. Oof. Yeah, she's got the.
And remember to live your life a quarter mile at a time.